An up dog? What, what is that? No, no, I just went over here and I saw an up dog. What is an up dog? I'd never even heard of an up dog. Hey everyone. Good morning, good morning. Figures, and then characters. Um, let me just do that little stream alert if we can. Was out of battery on my phone a second ago. I can see it's back now. And it is hump day. Halfway through the week. Do a story, do a something like that. Write something like figures and character doodles. Live on Twitch right now. You know it. You know it. All right. Well, this is like a significant improvement over yesterday, where we were an hour late. Today we're just the 20 minutes late. That's nice. That's nice. Get some figures. Get like a line of action window running. Damn, it really is almost the holidays, huh? I really gotta get on those Christmas presents. And we're off. It's kind of like a very Steve Houston way that I draw heads in my figures. Like that triangular feeling. Yo, I just realized. So for the longest time, I've had this habit of sort of just like whenever I talk to a very skilled artist and I talk to them about habits, I just make a quick mental note, a quick mental note. So, for example, uh, for example, Thomas Chamberlain Keane doesn't drink coffee, or Will Weston doesn't take lunch breaks, or doesn't need them at the very least. He didn't take them when I was at that workshop with him here in Denmark. Adrian Bush doesn't drink coffee. Every time I I learn one of those little subtle habit things about an artist, uh, especially a skilled artist, I'll just log them. Um, just make a mental note of them, right? And I think I have that from like old Proco videos where Proco he'd like outline some art strats, for example, like a proportional system, and then he'd go, okay, but Robert Beverly Hale uses he uses the head width measuring system. Then Proco would go, okay, but and Glenn Vilppu says famously, don't measure. Michelangelo didn't measure. There's a lot of that, like, oh, this person is really good at drawing, so they must have cracked the code for how to do everything. Good friend of mine, Simon Piao, also frequently skips breaks. Get it twisted. Habits of successful artists. Don't take breaks. Don't eat lunch. Especially don't drink coffee. I feel like I'm moving a little bit too fast and loose with my hands these days. Like the hands that I draw. Like they're a little bit. Like, look at this shit, right? They're a little bit non-hand like. All right. I think it's just also in our blood as artists to obsess over how other artists do things, because it's kind of like the only guide we have is what did the guy who came before me do, and how did that work out for him. I mean, this one is like he's intentionally like walking like a robot, so it's quite static and uninteresting on purpose, this pose. Arms too big though, as usual. Skrrr! How you doing, Alwyn? What are you up to? Do you have the Christmas presents sorted? What is sleep? Oof. Oof. Big yikes. I am so surprised by how functional my roommate is, with how little sleep that I know he typically gets. It's crazy. It's not like he's not trying. To be fair, it's not like he's not trying. And he's been doing better, but this guy has been living off of like 6 hours of sleep for years, and somehow he's still like alive. Okay, let's go a little bit more gestural for this next one. I think I might have to actually buy Christmas presents this year instead of just draw them. I mean, anything's possible. I could cinch it out, but we're getting close now, and I haven't really done any. Yeah, it rough. Same. I'm also used to have like a bit of vacation and easing up on drawing responsibilities, I guess, around Christmas. But this year, I still have shit to do. Try that one again. It's probably good anyway. I mean, I've been thinking about this for a while now, right? But there must come a time where you're old enough that just the drawn Christmas presents lose a little bit of their charm, right? But then again, I mean, presumably you get better at drawing the older you are. So people might come to appreciate that there's actually a little bit of skill involved. Who knows? Then you've definitely been taking it easy when it comes to studies lately. Got to size up with an actual print or something. Okay, but that's the thing. So I don't do digital. I typically haven't done digital Christmas presents, but traditional ones, right? And I kind of think to most family, that'll go harder than a print. Like a traditional drawing, because they kind of get that, oh, that the ink on this piece of paper came out of a pen that was in your hand, right? It's very, very practically easy to understand. But the print, I feel like a lot of my family, at least, talking maybe mainly about the older generations, would go, oh, so you pressed a couple buttons on your PC, and then out of that came pixels, an image that you then put onto a piece of paper via a printer. Something about that series of events doesn't have the same amount of oomph. Yeah. Like usually I'll do like an ink drawing or something. What are we doing? What was that, Jacob? Try that one again. Definitely stronger than the first one. How's your climbing been going? You picked it back up recently, right? Or maybe you've just been putting in chat that you've been going more. That tea's definitely ready. Had the obligatory thumb injury? That one's not obligatory. I haven't had that one yet. Skill diff? I'm not gonna put that evil on myself. I've been my wrist has been acting up a little bit lately, so knock on wood or whatever. Fingers starting to strengthen again. That's nice. That's nice. I don't know what that guy's doing. Let's find a pose. Yes. Clear, practical action pose. People be doing this all the time. This is like a perfect example of why figure drawing poses are always whack. Yo, have you seen the new No Name music video? That shit sure did confuse my ass, huh? I remember the song to be decent though. Since Skater Boy? Whoa, but music videos are so cool. I watch them all the time, man. But I think you can kind of tell in like my the subject matter that I choose for my art too, that I'm the kind of guy who would watch music videos, right? A lot of fashiony stuff, a lot of outfit design. Yeah. Did you have SingStar? I don't remember the. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yes. That's where I heard the. That's where I heard Skater Boy. That's how I know of Avril Lavigne. To the point where like she still instantly reminds me of that thing. Come on, everybody, and move your feet. Can't stop, won't stop, don't stop the beat. So sick of love songs. It was acceptable in the 80s. This is like the PS2 SingStar, I think is the one we had. Sure, man. Do you have a post of someone doing something? Nah, that's fair. That's fair. I don't have the most solid of plans today. I'm still kind of in a spot where I'd like some feedback before I continue with sort of the main designs that I'm working on for Hound, that dystopian sci-fi project. So I think it's just gonna be like more sort of stream of consciousness sketching characters. Get it right. Man, SingStar must have been such like a bad idea for a parent to buy. I'm thinking like just with what that does to the space at home. I guess kids be making noise anyway, but you're really like giving them license to turn the shit into like a bad karaoke bar. No, no, bad, no. Give me a second. She's really leaning forward. She's leaning forward so much that I'm actually getting like top plane of shoulders, even though we're really looking up at her. Big hand because she's reaching forward. I want to lower that shoulder. And another one. I'd like to do a little bit more of a 1-2 punch, man. I'd like to do a little bit more of like a... Here's the shape, the gesture, the rhythm. And then let's construct a little bit. I did not say One Punch Man. I said 1-2 Punch. One Punch Man was good though. Good anime actually. Hot take. He taught me to do 100 push-ups, 100 sit-ups, and a 10-mile run every day. And because I did so, I am that artist you see before you today. I have not seen the new season. I think, what are we at now? Are we at season 2 or 3? The last thing I saw is he beat up a big old alien that actually challenged him a little bit. But then he did defeat him. YouTube search Garo Walk. Okay. I'll get back to you on that one. Right now we're drawing. I finished the first season. I see. Fair enough. The most recent anime I've seen is Blue Lock. And Solo Leveling. Yeah, that was my last phase. I did Blue Lock and Solo Leveling kind of one after the other. I really enjoyed Blue Lock. But but that just makes a lot of sense, right? You know my profile, you know how much I like Whiplash, you know how much I like Ambition and going beyond plus Ultra, going even further beyond Super Saiyan 3. And I think if you're like a person who likes to push yourself, Shonen obviously goes quite hard. And Blue Lock is really good at that aspirational shit. It's very inspiring in terms of like trying to push yourself. What new anime is good this season? Like, did you like One Punch Man seasons 2 and 3? Or where should I be going to get my anime fix? I know you just said that the animation's trash, but you know. No one on this planet likes One Punch Man season 3. Oh, that's a pity. It's memeable PowerPoint bad. Okay, but people were saying PowerPoint about Blue Lock season 2, and I think they're just wrong. I think Blue Lock season 2 went hard. Blue Lock was never about the animation. And it's not like it's bad in season 2. But Blue Lock is about the images, the ideas, the poses, going beyond plus ultra. It's a 5-second short. Okay. Ooh, that's cool. Just getting a bit of the clavicle here from behind. There's more to animation than animation. Yeah. But also, it wasn't really that bad in Blue Lock Season 2. So they're wrong on like 2 counts. It's like not just about the animation, and also the animation is serviceable. It's serviceable throughout, and it goes super duper hard in the last couple episodes, so. Alrighty. We decided to go a little bit harder on this pose all of a sudden, so. Oh, I see. And it's supposed to be a little bit more balanced than what I drew. Oh. Garo walk. Drum roll, please. Super sliding? Yeah. Whoops. He literally slides down the hill. But what if, like, that's just like his superpower, actually? He's supposed to be doing that. I mean, fair enough. Fair enough. When did this come out? You said new. This year, okay. Well, that's a pity. It's interesting because with like the wild success of the first season, you'd imagine that they might have had budget. That some investor would have believed in the product. They churn out some Uber slop. Pity. Can't believe the world has come to this. This guy's nice. It's that one guy in the line of action pose library who's actually doing things. Love to see it. Actually performing actions. MVP for sure. And we just always pretend he's got a hammer. I don't know what the prop is here. It's like a weird sickle. It's like a weird sickle type of thing. So I actually, although he's doing something, I don't know that I believe that this is what you'd be doing with that thing, but hey, it's a pose where the human body is generating force in a specific direction for a specific purpose. We're happy. It's all good. Cannot complain. Right, but let's hit that 1-2 punch here again. What else is new in anime? Saw the Chainsaw Man movie, liked that one a lot. It's been a while. That one was good. Of course, it's not like and I don't know why I even feel the need to say that. I was gonna say it's not like a narrative opus, which fair enough it's not, but like neither are 99% of all media ever. What matters though is what was about to come after the but in the sentence. Because that would have been Chainsaw Man is really good at making it feel like there are stakes in your anime. Like shit matters. Because, yeah, characters die and shit, but also just the way they die is heart-wrenching. It's like intense and unexpected. Chainsaw Man is really good at like gut punches. Like the fucking snake. The snake and the snake lady. That's a sick ass gut punch. Of course, no spoilers, but the movie has a similar shit, no, fuck moment. No, they didn't. Same great fit. Yeah, yeah. Still cold in my city. And my room, specifically. Rest of the apartment's actually a bit warmer. Get a blankie. I'm perfectly happy with the scarf. Like, I'm not complaining, it solves my problem. It's just the explanation for the scarf is that I'm cold. Well, not with the scarf, I'm not. I mean that I'm cold without the scarf. The scarf solves the problem, hence the scarf. Yeah, man, yeah. How you doing? Any anime recommendations? Whoops. I see. Long or short ones? Yeah, probably don't do like a One Piece. That's not gonna be happening. I should get on Gachiakuta. I know that I'm gonna enjoy Gachiakuta. The longest you watched was 4 seasons? Well, then don't worry too much about the length. Just give me like good ones. Overlord. I've heard that name before. It's a good sign. It's a good sign. Cool ass character designs, huh? Is the animation trash then? Sometimes when the character designer gets a little carried away, you end up with a what looks like but is not low budget animation. Whoops. More of a story focus. Nice. What we got here? It's rib cage. And then it's like stomach. It's good because it's from a villain's perspective, different in a good way, fantasy setting. Okay, okay, logged. What else you got? Sure. That's that drawing. Classics. Hammer guy and touching foot guy. You! I need your help. I need feedback on the Project Athena sketches that we have so far. I think all the important ones are in the Miro board, but they're also in my newest Instagram post. If they're not on the Miro board, I think they're on the Miro board. I need to know what you think about them. Sigma Ligma. I've never heard about Ligma. What's a Ligma? Was that a neuron activation moment? It's just no. I guess sure. What's up, dog? You heard about that new Magic the Gathering card, Mind Goblin? I'm sorry, Casey. I'm in on it. So what's Bofa again? Held message. No, I'll allow it. Fuck. I'm gonna lose like half my subscriber count now. I made the day so much better. Yeah, that was a long day. Work and meetings and shit. Yeah, no, it's understandable. You don't watch much anime. Scrub. Neither do I. Sprayboard or loser, Martin? And you were like, but I'm no loser. You can recommend me other animations. Taco Piece Original Sin? Devastating and really fun animation style. Well, you gotta realize that when an anime is devastating, that's not That's not like a plus to me the same way it is to a lot of people. You don't care. Gaslight District. That's another one I've never heard about. It's amazing. I think I might be falling into the trap of copying a little too much right now. Gaslight District, what's it about? Do the elevator pitch. No, but really Taco P is special? Okay, I'll make a note of Taco Pete. Okay, I mean, it better be amazing then. Because I was gonna say you do you, but like recommending an anime off one episode is... I guess you can recommend like a short film. If you think it's good as like a finished work, then I see it. Well, I think that's good. I think if like something, if like a piece of media to you really explains something about Hound, I think it's good for me to watch it. Because we're doing like grittier shit, I'm occasionally a little scared that I just won't get it and understand why it's good and what we need. It don't. Post-apocalyptic world in which death doesn't exist. Bible themes. Family gang does mob things. The animation is amazing. You have scenes in which things go on different frames. Spoiler alert, bro. Things always go on different frames in animation. One thing is on 2s, one is on 3s. This is not revolutionary. It's a very common technique to make sure that something's always going on in the frame. Yeah, dude, it's just Elden Ring? Bible theme. So you're telling me it's just The Binding of Isaac, but anime? Mob thing. So you're telling me it's just Cowboy Bebop, but again? So what you're saying is it's just Spy Family? I'll stop. What was the name even? Gaslight District. Alright, I don't think we're gonna be... Well, okay. We need like one drawing here. World building is great. That matters. For a pilot, it looks amazing. Hot take? I think the pilot should look as good as the thing. It's a proof of concept. Man, don't hate on my show. No, I'll check it out. I'll check it out. Sorry, we're clowning on it a little bit. Digital Circus, which looks better and better as it goes on. Well, but that's... And I haven't seen the thing. But that's not like a positive. Well, I guess... It is. Let me rephrase. But it's not a sign that the pilot was good. Sure, if a show is on for a long time, you want it to improve the looks. You want the looks to become better and better. Like One Piece looks a little bit better now than it did when it started, right? But an ideal pilot just kind of looks good from the get, right? I haven't seen Digital Circus, so I actually can't. I'm just going off vibes. Sounds good, man. Oh shit, cheap viewers? What all these ads don't understand is I don't want cheap viewers. I want viewers with a lot of money that are willing to subscribe. Training don't catch itself. Well, I think it will, but... Question is whether you will. And good luck. Good luck to you. Shut the See ya. Okay, we're done here. We're done here. New page. Lock in lower table. Oh, I muted. Whoops. We want to always do some invented figures every day. Every day. Question is, what should those figures be doing? When am I gonna check stuff? Gotta be a little bit more specific on that one. The shows? So I have to be honest with you. Possibly never, but but also possibly this evening. But I'm not gonna I'm not gonna give you a promise of getting back to you in 3 to 5 business days. You like them chances? You'll probably be on the Monday stream. Yeah, for sure, man. Feel free to come by whenever. No need to announce what days you'll be joining the stream. I got you covered. I'm here every day. am I trying to do with this guy? He's obviously walking like the other guy. Maybe he's on the phone. It's probably a little bit too long for the angle. Hey, Nazilal, how you doing? He back. The other drawing already finished? The other drawing? You're gonna have to be a little bit more specific. I've been doing a couple of those. These past few days, years, months. But this one's tricky. Yeah, I'm good. I'm good. The one with like spiky balls that was swinging on the. Okay, yeah. So that was just like a concept sketch. That one is here right now. And that's like good enough that I feel like I have the concept, I have the idea. I sent that over to my collaborator that I'm working on this project with, working out this project with, and then I get some thoughts on it. Looks great. Thanks. And then once again, she's like kind of in a different perspective from the other guys. Perspective is tiring. No, it's fun. Perspective is fun. It's a good time. It's a happy, fun, good time where you learn to get better at drawing. It's the best time. It's the most awesomest fun time. Especially like character perspective is fun. For me. I'm the only person who says perspective is the best time. Well, the other guys are just wrong. And I'm the guy who's right, trust me. So that I actually don't, that's incorrect. Because what we want to be doing is, the more these guys walk directly beneath us, the more we're going to be looking directly at them. If you'd like to be good at drawing, it's really smart to try and cultivate the attitude that perspective is fun. Because it's a really fundamental part of drawing anything well. Perspective is like drawing, is like you're drawing vegetables. Perspective like Brussels sprouts. It's just kind of good for you. Okay, so we can do that, and then the guy who's standing here, we're literally just seeing the top of him. Sure it is. What do you mean? You can say it's fine if you're like, I don't think it's fun, but you can't go perspective drawing's bad for you. In like your drawing diet, it's your greens, bro. No doubt about it. I'll accept I don't like it. I won't accept and it's unhealthy. I beg to differ. You ever heard that thing about how the discomfort you're experiencing when you're learning? I don't know that this is true, but I saw in an Instagram post from an artist the other day that apparently Andrew Huberman has said that the feeling of discomfort you get when you're learning is the feeling of learning. And I think that's a good little piece of like placebo propaganda to tell ourselves, because if it is, that makes that feeling like a good thing. I don't know that it's true, but if it were, and I'm going to pretend that it is, that means when it sucks to do perspective and it's hard, that's actually the feeling of you learning a little bit. And I mean, it's like true enough, right? Because you're definitely not going to learn anything tough without that feeling. And so, okay, people that are over here will see, they'll be much taller. I'm trying to get you to think that it's fun to eat your vegetables. I'm trying to teach you that if you yourself try to have the attitude that it's fun to eat your vegetables, life will become a little bit easier. Because you're going to have to eat the vegetables anyway. You're not going to get around that. So if you make yourself think that it's an enjoyable good time to eat the vegetables, life's going to be just a little bit sweeter. If you pretend that the vegetables taste sweet. Yes, yes. But not like broccoli. But broccoli's the best vegetable. Perspective worse than broccoli is such a funny sentence. I have so much taste. Nuh-uh. Yeah, nuh-uh. Broccoli's the best vegetable because it's the healthiest. Perspective is, I'm trying to do someone fell and then somebody else is looking at him. Perspective is the best time because it's the best vegetable. It's the healthiest vegetable. Nuh-uh. Yeah, nuh-uh. Also, broccoli is not as bad as the culture has taught you that it is. Broccoli is this bad in your mind because you're giving into the meme. Broccoli is completely fine tasting. There's literally nothing wrong with the taste of broccoli, but like American cartoons and TV and Christmas movies have taught us that it tastes bad, and so we're like, yeah, that sucks. Don't give in to the propaganda. Eat broccoli. No, that's the point. So it can't be bad. It doesn't really taste like anything. Put some garlic on that shit, some salt, a little bit of oil. And win. Oh, of course, also this guy's smaller because he's further away. Smaller. This guy would be bigger because he's closer. Big. If you're gonna say that my shit is propaganda, you're getting it so backwards it's embarrassing. The propaganda is that perspective is unfun. The propaganda is that broccoli tastes bad. I've been watching a lot of NL recently. He do be doing arguments with with viewers. Guess I'm not gonna convince you. I hope I got someone else. I'm telling you, if you embrace this viewpoint, you're gonna get good at art. And it's like free. It's like free to feel like perspective is fun. You're not gonna debate over broccoli. You just did. Well, guess what? Anyway, man, it's not that deep. It's not that deep. Yeah, yes, you're getting it. That's part of it. Yes. Yes. Because I know that it's a beneficial viewpoint to have. I'm convincing myself that I like to eat yogurt with berries in the morning or oatmeal with milk, even though it's a boring ass meal, because I know that in the long run, that's going to pay dividends. You know, if you believe something for long enough, it kind of becomes real. Especially about personal taste. That shit's malleable. Your brain is plastic. Yeah, let's just do some mindless character sketching now. We can come back to this one. This one's fun. Busy street. I guess the one thing actually that I wanted to do is like just do like a crossing. Like the actual stuff on the ground. And then a little bit more. Whoops. God damn it. And we want like an angle to come off that. And then this is going to be like a busy street corner. And how big is one of these? They're like person size. And then let's I promise it's gonna all make sense. Uh that's because we don't. Nice. Cool. There you go. Intersection, and then we just pick like one of them to be the stripe. I guess they're typically longer. Do we care? Do we care to make them longer? Maybe a little bit. Nah, too much work. Too big of a waste of time. Cool. I think this is like a fun setup to do some invented figures in for the next couple of days. I am a big fan of establishing a space to draw your figures in, because it's kind of just easier to then evaluate whether or not you hit the perspective that you were aiming for. It feels like more intentional practice, which is why I like it a lot. Anyway, there is a space to practice putting figures into. We'll most likely be doing that tomorrow. For now, you guys get to stare at the stack. I take a bathroom break, then we come back and we do like a train of thought character sketch based off of like a Pinterest image and the world building that we have in Hound. Be right back. Jacob go to a parallel dimension where he's better at drawing. Now he's back and sad. Hey Quagga, how you doing? Pinterest. Show me someone fashionable. You can do it, you've done it before. Type something like streetwear. Parallel universe where he hates perspective. Whew, glad I'm out of that one. Glad we're back to where we love perspective. Yeah, that kind of works. Go down here. Thank you. And go down here. Thank you. Now look at all this free real estate. I found this reference on Pinterest. I think this guy has a fashion sense that fits right in. So we're gonna go ahead and use that for some inspiration for a little doodle. A casual look. Yeah, you know, just going to get my groceries. Sure hope nobody takes my picture while I'm out. And while my arm is up behind my head. Sure hope nobody catches me looking this unpolished. Man, it would be a shame if somebody had a camera right now. I'd never live it down. All right. Whoops. And we're back. Not quite, I guess. No, I wasn't on the wrong layer. I don't know what you're talking about. I really like the shrug leather, no denim jacket that he's wearing. Provided that even is denim. It looks hella dope anyway. Okay, one of the things about definitely not showing my abs, just fixing my hair. One of the things about Hound is, and especially for these sort of train of thought sketches here, is I like to make sure everybody's got a little bit of like tech going on, if I can. And I like to make sure that everybody's kind of got some sort of like combat and or engineering based functionality to them. I'm trying to think what could be this guy's thing. Whoops, not what we meant to do. I could see him being some sort of rider. I don't think Hound would have the same types of motorcycles as we do modern era, but they could definitely have something like it. You check the new drawings? Nice, nice. I think what's best is if you collect your thoughts on them and then we just talk them over at some point. So that way I think it's easier for me to absorb the feedback rather than right now on stream. Cracked, bro. Glad you like them. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, and then at some point later, give me your thoughts on them, and I'll be sure to include that in future drawings. Deal. Have a good work shift. I really like the cut of this jackety thing he's wearing. That's really cool. I generally I like anything that's got sleeves and doesn't go all the way to like a regular t-shirt length. So like anything cropped with sleeves is cool. Shrugs are hella dope. And this is just kind of like a one-sided shrug, right? So obviously and predictably, I really fuck with it. we'll figure it out. I think we'll do some variation on that. It's part of what I really like about the design. So some part of it, somehow I think it's gonna. For example, what I could imagine doing is including somehow including the texture, right? So it's sort of see-through or it's not um, fully diffused, right? Somehow including that. So that could be chains. It could be mesh like that. Of course, I'm trying to push more punk diesel grease oil with everything. But yeah, I like the cutouty nature of it. I don't know if we want to do all that. Maybe like a metal mesh net. Yeah, something like that. Boop, boom, boop, boom. Now, if he is a rider, I'm thinking he either needs something, some kind of weapon that he activates when he rushes past people, or at the very least, just some sort of armor in case of crashes. I kind of like the idea that he'd just bike past somebody and then they're just kind of dead. Same time, it might feel a little goofy to just put knives on his legs. We'll see. We'll see. Could could work. Could work. Um, let's do something like a mullet. Just a daily look. Yeah. He's still just going to get his groceries. In universe, this guy's still just going to get his groceries. That's a little funny. Oh. No. Okay. This is like an extraction type beat. Sometimes you draw on the wrong layer, you're just like, okay, fine, I'll draw it again on the right layer. Sometimes you draw on the wrong layer, it's it's enough marks that you're lazy enough to just kind of extract the information back out. Today's one of those days. Where's he at? Is that the guy? That's the guy. Yeah. Sick. I really like his jewelry fits really well with the world building as well, with the aesthetic that I've been building. It's the contrast between the swoopy, soft shapes of like a Y2K metal heart thing, with then sometimes more industrial metal plate shapes. That's been the system for sort of the industrial design of the world so far. Right, that contrast. And so this necklace is to me a really good example of that swoopy metal heart mess. And then his armor on his legs. I'm really inspired to do something with the shoulder too. But that would have much more of that industrial shape language. A pin tuck-like design would look great in jeans as well. Huh? Oh, you're telling me the shrug is pin tuck. It's the type of pleat. Damn, terminology gains. Sick. There you go. Kind of looks like that. Yeah. But you can, I mean, he's also got it on the jeans. So, yeah. plenty of them. Oh, and you're saying this as well? Feels like a different thing. Considering the potential of like a cauldron here of some sort. I'm really liking just drawing big screws on all of these designs. Having fun with that motif. This one could have knives on it too. Idea here is also to kind of tie, if we're doing this armor down here, kind of tie that a little bit into the rest of this design. And then I think you're right. I mean, it's since we have this I don't know if it is a pin tuck, but the specific kind of pleat in the shrug, let's just for continuity's sake put that in the jeans as well. And I love that opening to the sleeve. Helmet probably needs to be a bit bigger. Needs to house his head after all. He cuts his own hair with the mullets. Also, yes, screw that. I see what you did there. Belt. Hit him with a belt. All right. The fact that I have this screw here and this screw here, like I have like a small and a medium, and I know this is dumb, but you gotta remember I like dumb designs. It just kind of calls for a big screw somewhere. It just kind of screams big, medium, small, you know? He has all those different screwdrivers in his pocket. Or is he just happy to see us? Sometimes you have to grudgingly say the joke. Sometimes you have to acknowledge the existence of the joke, but you have to like go, yeah, you know. Of course, that could just be his boots. Doesn't have to be like actual shin guards, it could just be the boots. Maybe it's better that it's over the boots, who knows. Embrace the absurd. Holy shit. Title of my first art book? There's also definitely a version of this design where, you know, these aren't knives. They're screws. But I don't know if I like that. Yeah, I said there was a version of the design. I didn't say it was a good version. But you know, sometimes you do just have to try it out. I like knives better, pretty sure. And those are bolt nuts? I've seen screws with this type of head. Like a domed and then like a Phillips head. I've seen that. Though you might be right that it's kind of better for the fits the aesthetic better if we do make them bolt nuts. Instead of screws. Oh. What are we thinking? We're thinking longer legs, better design. And that's a truth fact. We're thinking do the pants. And also a little bit looser on the pants, right? Not such a tight fit. I mean, I also would like to try and finish the sketch by the end of the stream, which is 10 minutes. Don't like to end the stream with like a half-finished sketch. And then how's that attached? I don't know, something really makes me want to attach the plating to the belt. I don't think that's gonna carry that weight. Maybe we can do both. And raise this plate a bit then. I kind of I like the pattern that we'd established on the pants, so I didn't want to break it, but whatevs. Yeah, so it's attached here to the belt and here to the leg. The current idea, current meta. Nope. All right, and a little bit of a face. He's taking a big step, he is. It's very what's that one what's that one Thundercat song? Uh bow 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 bow. I mean, I see what you're saying. I'm very like, why not just push the dynamicism and the perspective? But you're right, you do lose a little bit of like that casual feeling. Wow, 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 wow. Changes? Is it just called them changes? Them changes. You do lose a little bit of that casual feeling. Did I get... Let me think. '30s, little Weasley man. Let's just grow that face a little bit. He's kind of like, what's that guy's name in Cyberpunk Edge Runners? Dude with the long fingers. Switch. Flip. I don't recall. Kind of want a little bit of that vibe, I think. Though maybe a little less manic. Oh, that's kind of the end of the stream, huh? I don't know that this sketch feels like a completed character design. Construction's certainly pretty whack. And the boots suck. All right. We can come back to this guy tomorrow. I like finishing the sketches the day that I start them, but that's not going to happen here. GG's. GG's. Hey Jay. It's 3 minutes past, so this is the goodbye bit of the stream. Oh, you're so kind. You think it looks great. Thank you. Yeah. Figure out the boots. Do a little construction pass. And then color tomorrow. And then we can call that one. Until then, thanks for joining the stream. Thanks for hanging out. See you in the next one. Until then, have a good one. Goodbye.